Okay, we are at edge of the Cedars State Park, where the largest collection of Native American pottery exists. And some of it is in amazing, just absolutely amazing condition. You should. So we've got amazing basket maker, and this is the Four Corners region, often referred to as Anasazi, but ancient Puebloan. Plus there's jewelry. I mean, we could do a video for hours here, and the collection is insane. Including textiles, figurines, more textiles over here. These are all sandals. Amazing preservation. This one's probably from 400 AD. And some baskets that are up to 900 years old. And we'll get some of this pottery. Look at, these are the miniatures. Now these pieces down here are about 2 to 4 inches.
Like, there's a little bird and then these other designs on the handle, but that was Alan's word, intricate.
Yeah.
I said sophisticated.
Well, it's a personal mug, so they spend a little time on it, I think, as opposed to a general use bowl. But that thing is the most intricate pattern I've ever seen, like their Ukrainian egg maker.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like something from...
We got the lights burned off, so lots of the good stuff is, we can't even look at it. But
Pueblos to be on Anasazi. We're in Utah right now. This is Blanding, right?
yes,
Simon, what's the name of this place? Do you remember?
this is the edge of the Cedars State Park.
Edge of the Cedars State Park.
Hi, Leah.
Hey,
Hey, Al.
let's check something out really cool and intricate.
Yeah. What? Over here?
This piece just caught my eye and blew my mind immediately. It's so detailed, and there's like more patterning on the handle, and Alan knows there's like a bird on top of the
Oh,
handle.
yeah. Bird.
It's just painful.
That's what I'm talking about. Good eyes.
Arrow points with a pitch lump on a yucca cord.
Yeah,
1,000 years old.
You should definitely visit.
Extremely rare.
It's right up there in Colorado.
Arrow shafts, more points.
The amount of remains and architecture, the timelines, the people.
Some Folsom, which are very difficult to find. These are about 9,000 years old. Anywhere from Clovis to 9,000 is Folsom. Pretty nice metate and mano. With some corn. Knotted rabbit net. Coiled basket with amaranth seed. Gourds. And we're about to go out to the ruins. And hopefully we're going to get some lights on here and be able to get you some more visuals. So you're looking at 4 hafted knives, very rare. They come from the same site. Few knives have ever been found intact, especially with the stone blades attached like these. And then we're looking at cottonwood plates, what you'd actually eat on, another very rare find. And then, are you ready for it? Look at this macaw feather sash. And our theory is that these sites in Chaco that all collapsed in 1200 are simply an extension of Teotihuacan in Mexico, and that the wealthy families came up and built these great houses. And this is the result. And now what you're looking at here is the largest collection of pottery from these people. The pot on the right there is about a foot high. This pot is probably 18 inches. Very interesting, to say the least, what this was for. What, does it say anything?
Manco's black on white Ola. It has more stuff in this.
Jesus. And then there's just more back there. And this is the red basket maker 2, is what they call this, which is probably the oldest. Some of the oldest stuff in red. And then we go down here. If you get a chance to come out here, this is a must-see in Blanding, Utah. And these pots range from 18 to 2 feet high. Here are some unusual forms. These are tiny, more tiny vessels. Tiny cup, that's like literally 2 or 3 inches. Maybe a creamer, some dippers. Definitely some pipes for smoking the good stuff. And then these animal-human effigies, we've seen a lot of these. This one particular vessel depicts a bird. Most bowl exteriors are smooth and unadorned. Many bowls are different in this region. And the basket is used to help put this pattern on. Small cereal bowl. And this is a large serving vessel. And another one. With a cocapelli in the bottom. And these are jars, which are for obviously storing things. Now we're in the ladle section. Take a look at that.
Look at this, folks.
Oh, wow.
We just look at it.
Aliens inside there. Cocopellis in the ladle. And then some of that older Basket Maker 2 red.
You really think these were for children? Or some special drink?
That's medicinal over there.
That's what I think. They're suggesting that these are made by children.
They just recently found a whole cache of tools and weapons that are for children. That they said that the children were being taught from 1 to 5 how to be warriors.
Well, that could be true.
Or it could be a smaller group of Indians.
Yeah.
They were full-size adults. But those are...
I mean, they could be made by children, but to me it looks like a special ceremonial drink or like medicine maybe, as you suggested.
Especially with the little ladle. It's like for adding ingredients. Now pictures.
Somebody said, Rex, they're grave robbers. Smoke yourself with cedar. I love it. I'll smoke myself with something else. Hello! I'm organic.
All right, we have access now. They turn the lights on for us.
Hey, no. No.
So we've got worked wooden sticks, worked hide, a woven textile bag, a hide bag, polished hematite, fibers.
Oppenheimer Ranch Project. It's literally legend. He's wearing a 5G blocker right now. Dude, oh man.
We got the whiteware, miniature ladles that we were just talking about, probably for ceremonial medicines. And the redware, which we talked about.
Wetware, hello!
It's an interesting vessel that got smashed. There's some sandal tablets. Another sandal. And each of these boxes are from different periods, and this is Pueblo, 750 to 950 AD. Got axes, bowls, projectile points with unique notching. Tiny pitcher. Chamaya, these rare objects were excavated in the late Basket Maker 3 and early Pueblo structures. These chamaya, you can see, are tools. They've been interpreted as hoes. So somehow this is attached to a stick for digging. And many suggest that they were special use, perhaps in ceremonies, to ensure agricultural success. This one looks amazing. And then we have some bone awls. And we're going to see some of these type of Chacoan ruins. We're going to go right out there and get right back to the investigation shortly. But this is all really worth your time. This is Pueblo 2, AD 950 to 1150 AD, and this is when the peak of the culture is happening. Innovations in farming lead to massive production, good seasons, and then here we are at the peak, Pueblo 3, where they need extremely large ollas and jars and bowls. bowls. Bifacial knife.
On yours, you do that.
I do?
Yes, it's on the very left.
This is whiteware from 1150 to 1250 during that peak period. Some grayware also from 1250, the peak period. We've got a seed jar and a pitcher. And a bowl and another aviform. Dead man's black on red.
Check this out. This is made of insect legs. Isn't that amazing?
Insect leg jewelry.
They're all iridescent.
Some pendants. Looks like obsidian. Smoky quartz. Oh, and a fantastic bead. I've never seen a bead like that.
Yeah.
You had no idea. It's a well-endowed Cocopelli.
He's packing some heat.
So these are the Uintas, where the inner earth is.
Yes.
And I think Rex believes that the inner earth is probably on the western side. Is that where Mammoth Cave is? On the west flank here?
It's wherever Mammoth Cave is, because
Okay.
we saw that petroglyph of the lava tube and people being saved from the volcano lady
Yeah.
on Newspaper Rock,
Yeah.
and that's what they're showing, is that location there. We gotta
And
find
so Newspaper Rock would be just over here to the east and behind us, behind the well-endowed Cocopelli.
it. No, it'd be northwest.
Okay.
Northwest of us.
And so these are very prominent ranges that come right out of the desert. They just come right out like a big blister, and there's several around here, including the Ute Indian, the Sleeping Ute. And now here we are at some ruins, which are clearly not Chaco-like, other than the way that they're square. And it seems to be a more recent period, like 1213 AD, simply because it's still Chaco-in style, where these small flakes are being used in the mortar regions, but there's plenty of mortar here. So much less effort, much faster construction here, in this zone anyway. Now lots of this types of reworking that we saw in Aztec are like this, but this is definitely a Chaco-in style. And you can clearly see here there's a rebuild. So the lower area is that Chaco-in style with the flakes. And then as we come up, all of a sudden the flakes end in the upper half. Right above those lentils.
It's more like Aztec
Yeah.
with the little flakes.
But then at the top there's not a lot of flakes. It seems
Yeah.
like they got bored or
Yeah.
they sped up. And this hole clearly represents an area where they got lots of those pots that are inside.
Yeah.
Lots of those pots came from that hole. There's more ruins right there. So pretty amazing that this is, you could still see there's unexcavated ruins. There is portions of a wall here And then another ruin right out here that's a platform right next to some guy's house. And that this ruin goes on probably right, he probably excavated some of the ruin to put his house in. And so there's definitely going to be massive quantities of stuff out here. And now we can go in the ruin. So we're actually allowed to go down and inside. And this is going to be pretty fantastic. No idea what that is.
That thing there was also on the website.
What is it?
It's a steep hole.
So that's where they have the main fire, chimney going up the back, central hearth. And it's cool down here. This is...
Do you think this is the back wall? Like maybe there was another wall here? Or just go straight up that?
there should be a chimney behind there, I think.
Well, there's a hole.
Yeah.
So
But in here, this is definitely much more chocolate. So we're in the original.
It's really narrow though. There's
Yeah.
a back wall that's like a couple inches away.
Look at the masonry here. Right there.
That's more like Chaco.
Yeah. So this is
That's
more
about the size.
mortarless and really tight.
Actually, I don't think it is mortarless. Looks like there's some in there.